What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, and welcome back to another episode of the Premier League Perspective, coupled up with Predict the Prem as well. But first of all, let's start off with the Premier League Perspective. And the way it works is me and my brother go head-to-head on predicting Premier League outcomes, and this is the review. And the scores on the doors at the moment are 431 to Sim, 407 to me. As the scoring goes, it's 5 points for a correct scoreline, 3 points for a correct result on both teams to score, 1 point for a correct result on the star man as well, which is 2 points for a goal, 1 point for an assist. And let's start off with the Tuesday games. That's the first one was Aston Villa against Liverpool. We finished 2-1 to Liverpool on the day. You went 3-1. I went 2-0, but it was somewhere in the middle with 2-1. So you get 3 points. I get 1 point for this one. What do you make out of this game?
Yeah, look, Villa made a fast start, didn't they? They took the lead very early on.
Really fast-paced game, wasn't it?
Yeah, within 5 minutes it was 1-1. Matip with equaliser. Then, look, for me, Villa, it was very similar to our game with them in the sense that Villa made a very fast start. They had a flurry of early chances. Danny Ings had some chances. But once Liverpool settled into the game, there was only one winner and there was only one team looking to win it. And they were very much on top. It was no surprise when Mane got the winner with a really nice header. Rested Salah for this game as well. Came on later. So very, and then late in the game as well, last 15 minutes, there was only one team going for the third goal, and that was Liverpool. So
yeah, unlucky for you, they didn't get it. But
yeah, they nearly did, but yeah, unfortunately, didn't quite do it, but they deserved the victory over Villa.
I mean, there's been a bit of noise coming out of, I think Steven Gerrard was talking about it, and a few fans across social media talking about some of the decisions that went Liverpool's way. Did you notice anything? I mean, I didn't watch the game, so I can't really comment on it.
There's a few fouls here and there, but nothing major.
Okay. All right, let's move on to the Wednesday's games, and let's go to the Chelsea game away at Leeds. Both of us predicting 1-1. It did finish 3-0 to Chelsea. Another early sending off for Leeds. Dan James getting sent off this time with a ridiculous challenge.
Yeah, what is he doing?
I don't know what he's doing. Completely lost his head early in the game, and that ultimately sunk Leeds, didn't it? And Chelsea ended up winning the game 3-0.
Yeah, they took an early lead from Mason Mount, but it was still fairly... Look, Chelsea were the better team, but it was still like Leeds were still in the game, and then out of nowhere, Dan James with the ridiculous high challenge. It's just stupid, and that's another player out for the season for Leeds, another player early sending off, and there was only one winner from then on, and they tried their best to stay in the game, couldn't quite do it, and Lukaku got another goal, 3 goals in 2 games now for him, fair play, ending the season strongly. He was actually quite good throughout the whole game, to fair Lukaku, so maybe he's wanting to have a strong end to the season.
Playing for a move?
Maybe, or playing to get back in the good books of Tuchel. But look, Chelsea pretty much, that's definitely still top 4 for them now. They just need 1 point to mathematically do it from us anyway. Yeah, mathematically do it. But Leeds, big trouble. They go have to play on the weekend now in Brighton. They have to get something, or they could be in very, very big trouble.
For me, it seems a bit like the writing's a bit on the wall for Leeds at the moment.
The way they keep getting players sent off, yeah, but you got to remember the last 2 games have been Arsenal and Chelsea, so it's not been the easiest games. Now they got Brentford, Brighton, not too hard games as well, but look, not Arsenal and Chelsea level.
All right, let's move on to Leicester against Norwich, which finished 3-0 to Leicester on the night. You went 3-0, so 5 points goes your way. I went 2-0, so 3 points comes my way. I didn't see much of this, but I heard it was just a domination. I mean, Norwich are done, aren't they?
Yeah, they've given up, haven't they? Look, Vardy, couple of back in the goals after a long drought, I think, hasn't he? He hasn't scored in a while, has he? But ending the season well for him after some injuries. But look, it was always going to be when you need do you want to face a team to be a morale boosting victory? There's only one team you want to play against. That's Norwich right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Or the next team we're going to talk about is Watford against Everton, which finished 0-0 on the day. You went 1-0, I went 2-1 to Everton. But I told you that Watford could get something from this game, and they got a draw, and Everton will be very disappointed about that.
Well, you didn't put in your prediction though, did you?
No, I didn't.
But look, Everton I watched the game. It was all Everton. It was all Everton. They were just kind of backs against the wall kind of thing. And look, to be fair, Watford, they held strong. Everton will be kicking themselves. They didn't get the win. It was a point more than Leeds got, so that's a big positive for them. But the fact they didn't win still keeps them in the race. They're 2 points away from the relegation zone now, but they're definitely still in it. They do have a game in hand over Leeds, but they also have tough games. They go away to Palace on the weekend. And they're at home to Palace, but Palace are a better away from home than they are at home. And then they got, I think the last two are Everton, Leicester, and
Brentford, isn't it?
Brentford and Arsenal. So 3 tough games for me for Everton. I can see them dropping points definitely in those games.
Yeah.
So definitely it's all to play for if Leeds can win on the weekend.
Big if.
But if they can, it's all to play for.
100%. Moving on to Wolves against Man City, which finished 5-1 to Man City in a resounding victory for City. And you went 2-1, so you get 3 points. I went 2-0, so I just only get 1 point for this one. But Man City blew them away, didn't they?
Yeah, De Bruyne. This was the De Bruyne show.
Yeah.
4 goals for Kevin De Bruyne. Unbelievable. What a midfielder he is. 4 clinical finishes as well. He's unbelievable when he's in that kind of mood. Wolves actually, equalised early doors. You thought, this could be a game. Maybe Liverpool might get the drop points they need, but wasn't to be. Man City just ran riot. Oh, when they're in this kind of form, it's absolutely incredible. And look, they do have a tough game against West Ham. I think the West Ham will be their biggest test because
they want Europe.
Yeah, they want Europe, and I think West Ham have form and beat Liverpool at home, didn't they? So they know how to play a counter-attacking game against the big sides. But Wolves didn't quite have the punch that you need to really hurt this City side. So 5-1, really impressive.
Yeah, 100%. And finally, the last game of the perspective is Tottenham against Arsenal. 3-0 resounding victory in the North London derby. Both of us predicting 3-1. So it went even better than we thought.
We overestimated Arsenal.
Yeah, definitely. And look, I think we've covered this game at extreme length. So I'm just happy, absolutely happy. My voice is slowly starting to come back now. So happy days. What a great victory that was at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So we both get a point each for that one. And let's move over to the star men. I went for Heung-min Son. You went for Harry Kane. I got a goal and an assist, and you got 2 goals. So 4 points going your way, 3 points coming my way. And we end this week 444 to 415, and you really are pulling away now.
What was that, 29 points?
And it looks as though it could be game, set, and match, to be honest.
29 points now for 2 game weeks. You never know, but... What was that? How many points are to play for each week? 5 times 10, so 30 points. So 60 points, just over 60 points left to play with, and I'm 30 points ahead. So you're running out of points.
It's been like this the whole season, where you go miles ahead. I catch up within 1 or 2 points, and then you go miles ahead, and then I
can't quite take over.
I don't have enough games left of the season to catch up. I don't think.
Well, you never know. It could be a miraculous end to the season.
Could be. We'll see. But anyway, let's move on to our predictions for this weekend. A full host of Premier League fixtures. And let's start off with Tottenham against Burnley on Sunday, 12 o'clock kickoff. I've gone for 3-0 to Tottenham Hotspur here. And I think that if we do get the early goal, I think the floodgates can open. And I'm predicting that to happen.
Yeah, I've gone for 2-0. I just think... Burnley are going to be scrapping for everything. They're going to make it difficult for us. I think we'll have enough quality, but I don't see it being resounding. But I do see it being fairly routine. So I've gone for 2-0.
All right. Let's move on to Aston Villa against Crystal Palace. What have you gone for this one?
2-2. Yeah, I think Palace are very good away from home with their counter-attacking players. Obviously, Villa started to find a bit of form at home, but I think Palace, the way they play, should be too strong for them. So I've gone for... Well, not too strong. I think with Villa's attacking threat, they should be good for a few goals. But I think Palace on the counter-attack should be more than enough to match them. So I've gone 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone for a Villa win 2-1. I actually nearly went for 2-2, and when that happens, usually it does come in 2-2, especially when you predict it. But I think, yeah, like you said, Villa have picked up a bit at home recently. They were fairly good against Liverpool in the opening exchanges, so I think that they'll take a bit of confidence from that, and I got a feeling they'll come away with a win, especially their last home game of the season, and there should be some good atmosphere there. So I've gone for Villa to win 2-1 here. As we move on to Leeds against Brighton in a massive game for Leeds United.
Massive.
And in this one, I've gone for 1-1. I've gone for Leeds to pick up a point, but I just think with their suspensions and with everything that's going on with Leeds, I just think that they're the ones that are going to go down. And I think Brighton are playing well at the moment, and I think they can spoil it here for them.
I think they might go down, but I think they're going to go down fighting, and I think this is do or die for them. and I think they're going to take the victory to take it to the last day. If they lose and Burnley, not Burnley, so if they lose and Everton win, Everton are safe, I guess.
More or less, yeah.
Because they only have one game and they'll be more than 3 points away.
Yeah.
But Burnley obviously will still be in it come the last day. But I think they need to win. They know this is it. I think if they don't win this, pretty much seals their fate. So I'm going for them to grab that victory. I think they've got the players to step up in this game. Obviously, Brighton have been brilliant recently, can really come back into form. But there's just a bit more riding on it for Leeds right now, and I think they're going to have the fight. So I'm going for 1-0 to Leeds.
I hope you're right, because I just want Everton to be with... I don't want Everton really to go down, but I want them to be in a chance of going down last game of the season.
The perfect one is they need a draw to stay up on the last day. That'll be perfect, and you never know, that could be the case. All
right, next up is Watford against Leicester. What have you gone for here?
3-1 to Leicester.
Yeah, I've gone 2-1 to Leicester. I think that Watford got actually a surprising draw at home to Everton in a 0-0 draw. But I think Leicester have come into somewhat of form. Vardy back in the goals, so I can see them winning, but I can see Watford scoring as well. Yeah,
I think Watford will probably want to at least try and get a goal in their final home game of the season. It's been a disastrous season in the end, as they go down. But I'm thinking they'll probably want something for their fans to cheer about at the end. But I think Leicester will probably be a bit too strong for them. So I've gone for them to win 3-1.
All right. Next up is West Ham against Manchester City. I've gone for 3-1 to Man City here.
I'm gone for 2-1. I anticipate a close game. West Ham trying to... I think, look, you got to remember, West Ham had a long season, a good season for them. They've got a lot to be proud of, European semi-final. And I think they're going to give it their all in their last home game of the season. They want a stronger finish as possible. And I think there's any game where Man City will drop points from now to the end of the season, will be this one. That's why I envisage a very close game. I do envisage West Ham scoring, but City needing the victory. I've gone them just to edge it 2-1, but I see a very tight game here.
Yeah, I mean, with the quality that Man City are showing at the moment, or they've shown the last 3 or 4 years, is incredible. De Bruyne on the back of 4 goals. I just got a feeling they're just going to be too strong for West Ham. I think West Ham will put up a fight, but I just see Man City just pulling away with it maybe at the end for a 3-1 victory. Moving on to Wolves against Norwich. I've gone for 2-0 to Wolves here. Norwich obviously sleepwalking back down to the Championship. And I can just see Wolves getting past this one.
I've gone for 3-0. I just think Wolves last home game of the season at home to Norwich. I think they're going to want to end the season in style. They haven't scored many goals, but they'll try and get as many as possible. I think Europe's dead for them, isn't it? They can't get Europe. Yeah. Can they mathematically get it? Let me see. No, they technically, but that's if West Ham lose both games and they win both.
In my opinion.
1 point for West Ham will do it. So, look, I think they're going to win the end season in style. They will, all the striker like Jimenez will want to get some goals on boost his goal tally. So I've gone just for the extra goal, 3-0.
All right, and next up is Everton against Brentford in another massive clash right at the bottom. I've gone for Everton just to nick this one 2-1. I think they've been impressive at home of late. Brentford also have been impressive of late with Christian Eriksen running the show there. But with so much riding on it for Everton, if they do win, they're more or less safe. So I think they'll get that win.
Yeah, I've just gone for Everton to draw this one. I think actually they're playing against a team in Brentford who... and they probably wouldn't want to be playing against right now in terms of how aggressive they are, and obviously with Eriksen, with the quality he has. Everton have been very much, they've been very good in the of being pragmatic recently. That's where they've been getting their results. But I don't know if that's good enough to get them the win here against Brentford. You have to be very good offensively to be able to beat this Brentford side. I think they showed that against us. So
I can actually see like a 0-0 here or something.
Yeah, I've gone for 1. That's why I've gone for 1-1. I think I can see Everton maybe getting a goal, but I think Brentford are going to be all right for a point here. And if it is a point, that keeps Everton in it.
All right, moving on to the Monday game. Newcastle at home to Arsenal in a big game in the top 4 race. And we've both gone for the same scoreline for the first time in this episode in 2-1 to Newcastle. Is that head or heart, do you reckon?
Bit of both. Look, Newcastle have been great at home recently. You can't take that away from them. And even though look, they did get pumped 5-0 last week by City. They were absolutely battered in that game.
The best of teams can get pumped by City, though.
But at home, they've been very strong, really strong. And I think it's going to be very difficult for Arsenal, fresh off the back of the mauling at Spurs, some injuries as well, potentially in their lineup. Newcastle's last home game of the season. The way Newcastle play as well, I think is a tough. They're not easy to play against, the way Eddie Howe has them playing. And they got quality now as well. Bruno Guimaraes there, St. Maximam's obviously there. They got a bit of physicality in Chris Wood up front. So I've gone for them to get the victory.
And moving on to the last game of the weekend, which is Southampton against Liverpool. And we've both gone for the same scoreline here in 3-0 to Liverpool. Southampton are one of those weird teams. You just don't know which side are going to turn up. But they haven't been on great form recently. And I just see Liverpool just dispatching of them quite easily, to be honest.
Yeah, Southampton are a weird one because they look so defensively open and then they get like a 0-0 draw against City. And you think, okay, they actually can be solid defensively. But I don't envisage that in this game. I think end of the season, they're going to try and win the game, I think. I don't think that there's any sense them going for a draw at this stage when they know nothing's riding on it. So I expect them to come all out, guns blazing, try and put on a show for their fans. I don't expect it to work. And I expect Liverpool to dispatch them. So 3-0.
All right. And we move on to the star men. I've gone for Harry Kane in this one at home to Burnley. I'm hoping he can get a couple of goals, maybe an assist. As I've gone for 3-0, I think Kane will be involved. So I've gone for Harry Kane.
I've gone for Jamie Vardy, playing Watford away. He's quite good on the breakaway, we know that. And fresh off a brace against Norwich, maybe he's got that confidence to end the season well. So I've gone for him to get back on the... Obviously, any penalties he's going to be taking as well. So I'm going for Vardy in this one.
All right, so that brings an end to the Perspective, doubled up with Predict the Prem. The scores on the doors are 444 to 415. I need to make up a lot of points this weekend if I've got any chance in the final week of the season. But let me know what your score predictions are for the weekend, and let me know who you think is going to come out on top in this game week. Thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always,
come on you Spurs.